Sweet can turn to smoke quick. Sweet can turn to smoke quickly. With the snap of a finger, with the blink of an eye. What appears to be sweet, what appears to taste sweet, what feels sweet, what smells sweet, what sounds sweet, what looks sweet. It can turn to smoke quickly. It can turn to smoke quickly. Many relationships, they start off sweet, but they end in smoke. In other words, there's where that relationship, that thing, that fire that was kindled, it begins to fade. It begins to dwindle. That person disappears. There's no longer that intimate connection. They're not interested in you, or you're not interested in them like you were in the beginning. And so sweet can turn to smoke very quickly. We've been talking about this, and we are here just to help you, to remind you that your word is non-negotiable. When we say Sweet Fire, the podcast, again, our mantra being how to survive the flame when what attracts you burns. I'm going to repeat that. How to survive the flame when what attracts you burns. We're here to remind you of your worth. We are here to help you to understand that you are worth it. Your worth is non-negotiable. Oh my goodness. Will you say that with me? It's always good when we have a reinforcement, a force behind what we say, when more than one person agrees. But when we have more than one, we have two that can agree and say, your word is non-negotiable. All right. I'm your host, Dr. Lydia Michelle Young. I'm here with my co-host, none other than Intercessor Janine Nicole. We're here in the studio, and we want to share with you. We're picking up where we left off on last week, talking about that burning building being a metaphor for a relationship that has no purpose, a relationship that is not intended for your life, that addictive relationship. I'm going to stop right there. Come on, jump in.
Jump in. That addictive relationship. I like how it began. First of all, good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sweet Fire, the podcast. I like how it began, how sweet can turn into smoke very quickly. Sweet can turn into smoke very quickly. And I know for myself, I can definitely relate to that, as well as many others out there. You know, you start off in a relationship. It just seems so exciting. It seems so fun. It's brand new. You're getting to know one another. And then before you know it, that sweetness of the newness of that relationship, it just turns into smoke. It's like, what happened? What if the excitement, go? How come I don't like to be around this person as much? How come I don't, I'm not upset if they don't call me like they used to call? I'm able to just be comfortable with spending the weekend by myself. I'm no longer, trying to make the plans to go over here, go over there to spend time with that one for an entire weekend. Why? Because it has turned into smoke, and it can happen so quickly.
It can happen so quickly, that sweetness turning to smoke. But you know what I found out in my life? I was the one that kept going back. I was the one that kept going back. I needed to see one more time. I needed to touch one more time. I needed to feel. I needed to hear. I needed to smell. I needed to taste one more time. I needed this. I needed it one more time. Or can I say one last time?
Right.
Because we talked about that. There's many who wanted to go back one more time. They wanted to re-enter the burning building that they had the opportunity to escape. They had a desire. The desire was so strong that they made up in their minds, they contemplated, but they decided to return to that burning building, to that relationship, to that situation, to that addictive habit, to that drug addiction, to that alcoholism, to that deception, to the lies, to the jealousy, to the help me. They decided to return to that place, to that point, to that position in their life where they were caused much pain, where they were very disappointed, where they were abused, where they were mistreated, where they were overlooked, where they were talked down at, where they were called names, where they were ignored. Many people decide to return because the senses are hijacked.
Right.
The senses are hijacked. It's at that moment when we allow weakness to take the lead. Now you jump in on that.
Yeah, the weakness to take the lead.
Yeah.
I like what preceded that also. The senses are hijacked.
Right.
That's exactly why. That's why, a relationship can go from to being sweet to smoky very quickly. Why? It was because the senses were hijacked. And when those senses are hijacked, people oftentimes confuse that with being love. And it's not love.
Right.
Your senses were hijacked. That person looked good to you. That person smelled good to you. That person's voice was alluring. That person spoke those words to keep drawing you in. That person had the right amount of finances to fund, the fun. The senses were hijacked. And it's when those senses are hijacked, that's the root cause of what causes that relationship to immediately go from sweet to smoky. And that's why so many people, doctor, they confuse, those emotions for love. And that's not love.
Right. Absolutely. And that's not love. And while you were talking, I was hearing the word lust.
Right.
Because it can easily be misconstrued. It can easily be mistaken. The sound of the voice it's like our ears being hijacked. We're hearing it sounds right and it sounds good, but it's not what it sounds like. It's not what it appears to be. We talked about the force behind the eyes, the force behind the touch, that comes to trap us, that comes to distract us, that comes to detour us, that comes to get us caught up in a way that really where our lives are in danger, our hearts are in danger, our minds are in danger, our soul, our very soul is in danger. Why? Because there's a hijacking that has gone on with our senses. It may feel good, but is it love? Or am I attracted to the lust?
Right.
I just can't get enough. And that's the danger in it. And when we do that, we are creating a cost that our hearts, a cost that our minds, our souls, our well-being, a cost that we cannot afford to pay.
Right.
We can't afford that. We can't afford what it costs.
And as you were speaking, just because a person says what you want to hear, just because a person says what you want to hear, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're in love with them.
It's artificial.
It's artificial. They're just saying what you are wanting to hear. A lot of people, and I can speak from experience, when you are one who deals with low self-esteem, when you deal with insecurities, right? And then somebody comes along and they're saying what you've been wanting to hear, for so many years, that oftentimes get confused as being, love. And it's not love. Your soul was longing for somebody to come and validate you. That doesn't mean that it's love.
Right.
And this is, again, the importance because, like we talked about when we kicked off this series, the answer on how to stay away from the burning building is to find your worth, to value you. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they look for another to validate them. They look for another, to help them identify their worth.
Right.
And again, that's where the confusion comes in with confusing, confusing lust for love.
And you said something, intercessor, about years. Years accumulate. Years go by. I mean, years. Umpteen, if I can say, years, years and years and years and years in this type of relationship that was not, again, intended for you.
Right.
A relationship that serves your life no true purpose.
None.
Years and years and years, and you've seen the red lights from the beginning. You've run into red lights along the way. You've hit dead ends. You've come to brick walls. You've been stuck between a rock and a hard place. You've seen all the signs. You've seen the exit signs and ignored them.
Right.
And you found a way around those dead ends. You found a way around the pit stop. That's why the years have accumulated.
Right.
Because you can't, you're allowing weakness to take the lead.
Right.
And we're here to encourage you today, to empower you today, that like you said, intercessor, I believe it was last week, that use your fire extinguisher. What does that mean when you're in this metaphor burning building that pertains to addictive relational situations, people, relationships, intimacy, drugs, alcoholism? What else are people? Food. I mean, come on.
It's all kinds of addictions. Yeah.
Whatever it may be in your life. I know what my thing was. So things that I've dealt with in my life, relationships, let's just put it out there. I've had some issues with being in intimate relationships, addictive. You know, God allowed me to escape the burning building many times. And then I decided I cannot return. But I survived it. And we talked about this as well. Many people don't survive.
No.
I've survived drug addiction. I was addicted to crack cocaine off and on for years. I kept going back to that burning building, to that, you know, it drew me, it called me. I heard it call my name. I chased it. I chased it, you know, but I was able to survive that. So that I can sit here today and share with you that you can survive that burning building. You can plan your escape. When you see the red light, you know it means stop. When you hit a dead end, you know that you can't go any further. When you come to a pit stop, you know that's it. When your back is up against the wall. I mean, we witnessed a situation. Oh, it's so interesting that a situation where we can't mention any names, but it was like, here's your wake up call. This is your wake up call. Your life was could have been gone just like that. Not just one party, but both of them. Right. When you hear your purpose calling, when you hear a voice, or I'm going to say the voice drawing you, calling you, pulling on you, really trying to rescue you and help you and strengthen you. Again, your fire extinguisher being your strength. I forgot that. Your fire extinguisher, use that. It's the strength that you have within. You're stronger than you know. You're stronger than you believe you. I'm going to stop right there. Come on, jump in.
Yeah, you're stronger than you know. And hence burning building. Burning building. A burning building is going to what? It's just going to go down. A burning building is going to fall apart. A burning building is doomed to be doomed. You know, a burning building cannot stand. So it's unfortunate because you mentioned a lot, along with everything that you mentioned, why people, you know, stay in these relationships for umpteen years. It's also that C word of comfortability. Getting so comfortable with being with that connection that you know that you should not be with. That connection that does not value you. That connection that does not, you know, again, value you, that doesn't speak of your worth. You know, people become so comfortable in the toxic relationship. You know, people become so comfortable in that drug addiction, because that drug addiction, it numbs them, you know, for a amount of time. People become so comfortable with that drink, because that drink does the same thing. The drink is also a form of a drug. It's a numbing. It's a numbing factor. But that's all. That numbing factor is your burning building. It's going to eventually fall down. It's going to collapse.
It's going to go up in smoke.
It's going to go up in smoke.
And when the smoke dissipates, what are you going to see? Nothing but ashes.
That's it. That's it.
What a waste. I didn't mean to jump in.
No, that's it.
What a waste.
It's yeah,
What a waste.
absolutely.
I mean, it's true. So I'm hearing this. It's true. We have to have a story to tell. So that's why we do have experiences. We have to have a story to tell. A lot of people call them testimonies.
Mhm.
We have to have a testimony. We have to have experience so that we can gain strength, so that we can, have knowledge, and by knowledge, apply that by using wisdom.
Right.
To help, to not help just to strengthen and better our lives, but to be a help in the earth for other people.
Mhm.
So it's true. But I heard this while we were preparing for this. That for some of you there is a mandatory evacuation going on in your life. There's a mandatory evacuation going on. I asked the question within myself: Why do people refuse to evacuate when it's mandatory?
Right.
Why do people choose to not evacuate when they know they're in danger?
Mm-hmm.
Why do people choose to stay when they know that danger is on the rise, or when they know that danger is in the vicinity, when they know that their lives are in trouble? Why do they refuse? A lot of people refuse to leave.
Yeah.
They want to stay. Why? Why do they want to stay? Because of emotional attachment,
right,
to things,
right,
to people,
to the memories,
in the case of relation to lies and deception. And many people think they can survive it. No, I can survive this storm. I can survive this fire. I can survive this relationship. Yes, she's abusive. Yes, he's abusive, but I can survive it. I'm okay.
I can change him.
I can change
I can change her. Yeah.
Yeah. And they really believe that they can defend themselves. Some of you really believe that you can defend yourself because you're still here, but the building is burning. And so we want to admonish you today, like we did last week.
Yes.
Again, hear us clearly. Plan your escape. Plan your escape so you can live. Plan your escape to leave so you can live, because you're worth it. You are worth it. Don't defend the danger that your heart may be in. Don't defend the danger that your mind, your heart, your life, your body, your everything that's important to you may be in. Don't defend the danger. Don't defend the person. I know it's hard. It's difficult to expose or to tell the truth about some things. And maybe you don't need to speak on it. Maybe you just need to plan. But don't allow weakness to pull you back. Don't return to that burning building. And that's all I have. What intercessor?
Yeah, exactly. Don't return to the burning building. Value you, like we have said. You are worth it. Love you. Love you. That burning building is soon to come down. That burning building does not value you. That burning building wants to take you out with it. Love you too much to remain in that burning building.
Because we do care and we do love you and we appreciate you. Be strengthened. Peace be to you. Peace be to your house, and peace be to all.